There's anti-venom and venom. Top 10 strongest symbiotes. Oh, top 10 strong symbiotes. So this is good. Let's react. If you do, please subscribe and hit the notifications button.
The symbiotes, an alien race called Clintars, have always been one of the most fascinating extraterrestrials in the Marvel universe. The symbiotes, an alien race called Clintars, have always been one of the most fascinating extraterrestrials in the Marvel universe. A parasitic creature
a lot
that
of
requires
symbiotes.
bonding to a host, the symbiotes have always packed quite the punch and have proven themselves to be a force one should not take lightly. What originated as a plot point to introduce a new black and white costume for Spider-Man soon turned into a sentient alien that would slink its disturbing gross self into the hearts of
like
any
Venom.
reader. So today we're taking a look at which of these symbiotes is the baddest of the bunch. With our list of the top 10 strongest symbiotes, is the baddest of
Wait a minute.
Which of these symbiotes is the baddest of the bunch? With our list of the top 10 strongest, and soon turn
that thing looks nothing like Venom. What is that? What is that? Don't mind when I show my face. Charging, no, as always. What your YouTube channel name is? Top 10 needs. Let's go. Please charge. Please charge. Please just go. Always gotta be slow. Anti-venom versus venom. Guys, comment down below. See who's like one of the strongest. Who looks stronger, Venom or anti-venom? I would say anti-venom or venom. I don't know.
Turned into a sentient alien that, counting the hosts, only focusing on the alien creatures themselves. So with that in mind, let's jump in.
Let's go. Number 10. So Carnage there. There's Venom. There's Ultron. Why? Some symbiotes are
may be the most iconic symbiote and the first to make an appearance in the Marvel universe. Is actually
some symbiotes are bad, some are good.
The weakest of the symbiotes. This is because he's the first of the bloodline. The offspring of a symbiote is much stronger than its parent.
Venom was the first one who was born.
And since Venom was the first on Earth, all of the offspring symbiotes born from him are exponentially more powerful than he is. Each generation of symbiote.
But why?
Symbiote is innately more powerful than its predecessor. That being said, it does come down to a matter of how you use it. Eddie Brock has always had a proficient amount of control over the Venom symbiote, and the other hosts that have worn Venom in the past, from Flash Thompson to Mac Gargan to Peter Parker himself, have all exhibited differences in the symbiote's functionality. Deadpool went to the scene in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 252 back in 1984, first appearing as an alien costume that bonded with Peter Parker.
Spider-Man symbiote, the black suit. No, it's the black suit. No, that's the black suit. So let's go. I know a lot about symbiotes. Sorry for the pausing. My internet's slow. My internet has problems. If you're new, please subscribe. Today, let's hit like 11 likes.
During Secret Wars. It wasn't until the Amazing Spider-Man issue 300, 4 years later, that Venom would take shape as Venom. And not just a parasitic symbiote. It bonded with Eddie Brock, who at the time wanted revenge against Peter Parker for ruining his journalism career. Up next, number 9, Mania/Maniac. The Mania symbiote first appeared in Venom Volume 1,
black symbiote. Not again.
In 2003. It was cloned from a piece of venom that was obtained by the Ararat Corporation, with the goal of using it to exterminate all life on Earth.
Also, symbiotes have hair. Symbiotes have hair. I'm eating.
Mania was a bit of a weirdo. It refused to bond with hosts and instead would just brutally murder them, just for the fun of it. At one point, it bonded with a prison inmate named Eric Moody, and then jumped ship to an elderly mental patient named Alphonse Poignant.
I'm eating
Moody managed to
food.
fight off
I'm eating food.
Mania, but only for it to bond with Alphonse and then mock Moody about getting raped in prison after seeing his memories of the event. And then Mania raped and murdered Moody. So, yeah, not the kind of symbiote on the block, clearly.
You can take out guns?
Maniac, bonding with Lee Price, who had previously bonded with Venom. Price renamed Mania as Mania.
Oh no, a commercial.
This holiday, keep your family connected with Fios, the fastest internet in America.
With all of us using different devices, fast internet is a must.
Get the 100% fiber optic network built with the capacity you need. Internet plans start at just $39.99 per month, only from Verizon.
Maniac after.
Okay, comment down below this. Do views give you likes? Comment down below, so I don't know.
Price had ambushed the original host and badly injured her with a sonic cannon.
Also, people see without subscribing. Please subscribe. That's it. 0 subscribe since subscribe. So please subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribing, go free watch someone else.
And flamethrowers, taking the symbiote for himself. Apparently, Price is permanently bonded with Mania, using his immense willpower to remain bonded to the symbiote at all times. Up next, number 8, Scream. In 1993,
Scream
a
is a
Venom
girl.
story arc came out called Lethal Protector. It followed the story of the sinister Life Foundation and its leader, a scientist named Carlton Drake, who discovered a way to create symbiote soldiers by extracting something called seeds from the Clintar alien race and growing them into fully formed symbiotes. Essentially, it was their offspring. Life Foundation aimed to use.
Also, comment down below. How do you change your screen? My face screen.
These symbiotes as guardians. Their whole shtick was that they were preparing for something called MAD, which is mutually assured destruction. And they had a whole roster of wealthy clients who were paying for the Life Foundation to ensure that they would have comfortable lives if the world went to shit. Once Drake had kidnapped Eddie Brock and managed to forcibly extract these 5 seeds from Venom, he was able to bond the offspring with members of the Foundation's security force.
Okay.
One of which was named Donna Diego, who became the yellow and red
I'm
Scream.
doing my
Dave
videos
actually was defeated by Eddie
on
Brock
tablet.
and killed, but
I
her
don't have
siblings
a
would outlive
computer
her
or
and cause
phone. I
Brock
have a
a whole lot
tablet.
of trouble down the line.
They are doing on
Speaking
my
of, in at number
my
7,
videos.
Riot. Riot
I'm doing my videos on a tablet, so don't blame.
has been getting a lot more attention these days, thanks to his upcoming cinematic debut in the Sony Venom film, starring Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. Now, Riot is one of Scream's siblings. It bonded with Trevor Cole, a particularly aggressive and unhinged mercenary working as part of the Life Foundation's security team. Riot is known for being the largest symbiote of 5 and often uses very aggressive and violent tactics in combat. He often created large bludgeoning weapons from his arms, along the lines of hammers or maces, and tended to be considered the strongest out of the group, although his exact strength level was never really elaborated on. After he and his siblings were defeated by Eddie Brock, they were all shipped off to the Vault, a prison for superhuman criminals that had a wing specifically for extraterrestrial threats. There
This happens every day to me.
he was experimented on pretty cruelly. And then in the Planet of the Symbiotes story arc in 1995, Venom, in an attempt to subdue an invasion of symbiotes, let out a powerful telekinetic scream that caused them so much pain that they all committed suicide. Actually a thing. Which then affected Ride and his siblings. Which leads us to our next number. In at 6, Hybrid. Ride and his siblings
Hybrid is a red
confinement
symbiote.
at the vault after Venom's psychic shriek. They then merged into
Hybrid. Four symbiotes combined together, making hybrid.
a super hybrid symbiote known aptly as Hybrid, who would then briefly bond with a
See,
character named Scott
they
Washington,
combine
who was
into
a guard
one.
at the vault. Scott
Lash
realized
out,
through bonding
Venom,
with
and all
Hybrid
that
that Hybrid
stuff, but
wasn't
not Venom.
actually that much of a threat after all. Instead, the experiments they had undergone were causing it a lot of pain, and the symbiotes were actually the ones preventing Scott, who had a lot of anger issues, from being violent. Unfortunately for Hybrid and its desires to be a good-intentioned vigilante, Eddie Brock was on a mission to hunt down the symbiotes, and ended up killing Washington in the process. Hybrid would then be found by the U.S. Army, be separated, and then be put to use as part of the Mercury
Hybrids
team
have
in order
white
to fight
hands in the
Carnage.
comics.
Needless to say, being the combination of Riot and the other symbiotes was
In the comics, Hybrid have white hands.
significantly stronger than just a singular symbiote. Side note, the sibling symbiotes, Phage, Agony, and Lasher, didn't make this list because of how similar they were to Scream and Riot in terms of ability and power. Although, Lasher
In some comics, Hybrid don't have white hands.
was trained to bond with a dog named War Dog, which appeared in Carnage vs. Deadpool, and it's like really awesome. Symbiote dog.
This holiday,
No.
keep your family connected with wireless. Internet plans start at just $39.99 per month. Only from Verizon.
Speaking of Carnage, though, up next, number 5, Carnage. Carnage has never
I know Carnage. Carnage is a murderer. Kills people. And the one inside his body is vanished. Never forgot his
never been
name.
one to hold back, but that's also what makes him a bit vulnerable.
He
He's
fought
kind
Venom,
of loose
too.
cannon at times, like a speeding train of
Also, in a comic, in the game, the Lego game, Venom and Carnage combine to one. Venom and Carnage infuse, making Carnage. And Carnage become huge, making Five Card, whatever his name was.
violent chaos. Loose cannon, kind of vulnerable. Carnage first appeared in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 360 back in 1990.
And the big version of Carnage could throw a big giant laser out of his mouth.
He was created with the intention of being a much darker version of Venom, a total psychopath who had no
A being as well. And not again. Why me? Could help me to me always.
no sense of morality.
No,
His host
it's
Cletus
not
Kasady
Carnage,
was
it's an
modeled after
alien.
Jesus' Joker, and the character is often depicted as Venom's archenemy. So, how did he come to be fiction-wise? Well, he's Venom's offspring. When Venom reattached to Eddie Brock in prison, Venom left its offspring inside the cell. Clintar have no emotional attachment to their offspring, so Venom didn't bother informing Eddie about it, thinking it was of no importance. That symbiote offspring then bonded with Cassidy, and Carnage was born, with their bond being even stronger than Brock's and Venom.
Venom is like Carnage's. Venom is like Carnage's dad. For me, Carnage. For me, Venom's son is Carnage. Because that thing combined with a maniac murderer. Is part of Venom's body.
Venoms. Carnage broke out of prison and started murdering left, right, and center, leaving the word Carnage at the scene of each of the crimes, written in blood, as one does. And at number 4, Scorn. Scorn is the hybrid prothesis created from
Scorn
Carnage that combines both technology and the
is
symbiote.
all
Now, in
pink,
Carnage Volume 1,
a
Issue
purple
4,
symbiote.
Carnage is taken back to Earth after breaking out of the rough prison by an American industrialist by the name of Michael Hall, who then locks
What's
up Cletus
that?
Kasady and uses the symbiote to
That's a big, humongous chainsaw.
to create new suits of armor. Carnage breaks out of its containment, bonds with a psychiatrist named Tannis Knives, but then things get a little weird. Carnage leaves his own offspring within Knives' prosthetic arm. Knives is horrified by this, cuts her arm off, but then later would rebond with it, becoming Scorn. Scorn is essentially a techno-hybrid, a machine symbiote who is able to fuse itself with different kinds of technology and mechanical weapons, which most definitely came in handy.
It's a robot, an android.
3. Anti-Venom. Anti-Venom first debuted in the 2008 story arc.
Venom. Anti-Venom is the symbiote like Venom, but white. He glows orange inside of him. He's black, a little more stronger than Venom. Anti-Venom was born to destroy Venom, no as murder him and kill him and all that stuff.
New Ways to Die and the Amazing Spider-Man.
His mouth is bigger, different. See that white symbiote there is Anti-Venom. And that black one is Venom.
Spider-Man 569. Now, at the time, Eddie Brock was not bonded with Venom. He had cancer, and he got a job at a soup kitchen. His boss, a man named Martin Lee, aka Mr. Negative, had a healing touch, which then cured Brock of his cancer. So when Venom came along and tried to rebond with him, Brock's skin became caustic to Venom, causing him to be enveloped in a new white symbiote created from the remnants of Venom, which then merged with his white blood cells that were charged thanks to Mr. Negative. Anti-Venom's got a slew of standout
Again.
abilities. Brock was the host. He was immune to fire, heat, and sound-based attacks. Anti-Venom also has a neat little nifty healing ability. He produces antibodies that can cure things like diseases, radioactivity, parasites, and the effects of drugs. Whenever he's around Spider-Man, he cancels out Spidey's powers. Now, that being said, Anti-Venom does come with his own unique weaknesses.
Anti-Venom plus
Osborn's Venom via Freak's DNA makes it incredibly vulnerable. And if touched by Mr. Negative, his healing abilities can become
No.
void. Brock would later sacrifice the symbiote to cure people from the Spider Island virus, though. Moving on to number 2, Toxin. Toxin, being Carnage's offspring, has been long considered the strongest of the symbiotes. Now, Carnage was disgusted by his offspring and hated it, especially since he knew he would become stronger than he was. With Carnage being his father, this makes Venom his grandfather. Now, Carnage tried to kill Toxin, whereas Venom tried to protect it, the intention of raising it to become his partner, but was also a little bit concerned about Toxin since he was the 1,000th.
Die. Wait, what the? What? How that is there? Should be in here.